Guys, Rick in here. In today's video, I'm going to give you a simple blueprint on how to make $1 million plus in wholesaling real estate. But before I give you the secret, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. And by the way, there are no secrets in wholesaling. That's the secret. So first and foremost, the main thing that you have to understand to achieve earning $1 million in wholesaling specifically is you have to find motivated sellers. Now, a lot of people saying, do motivated sellers really exist? It's simple. How do I define a motivated seller? Yes, go over to freewholesaling.com. We're going to teach you the MCTP. This is a technique me and Zach have designed to qualify or disqualify any seller to find out if you got a great wholesaling deal. But the simple way to understand this is we need to find people that need to sell their house, foreclosure, probate, which means there's a death somewhere in the family. Someone lost their job. Somebody's upgrading. Somebody's downgrading. Somebody had a terrible tenant. Guys, these happen all the time. The key is finding people that need to sell their house and avoid at all costs the people who just want to sell their house, because those need to go to realtors. They're going to waste your time. And honestly, you'll make very little to no money. In fact, I'm not a big fan of dealing with anybody who wants to sell their house because the odds of them taking a deep discount are slim to none. So don't waste your time. And if you don't think motivated sellers exist, they do all the time. In fact, I've been one myself. I've sold properties where I've had tenants trash. I just want to get rid of it. A lot of people get in real estate think it's really passive, and the reality is it's very active. And for that reason, as long as they give out mortgages, as long as people compulsively buy houses, we will have an endless supply of wholesale deals. So if you can understand that key distinction, this is like my secret recipe of how I made $1 million in my first 3 years. Now, my first year wasn't the prettiest year of them all. It gradually built and it snowballed. In fact, I exceed well over $1 million easily in my wholesaling business on cruise control right now with a very, very tiny staff. And you can easily do the exact same. So the first thing you got to do is go out and locate motivated sellers. Now, the beauty in 2024 is I want you to always do it locally, even if you're in a San Francisco or like New York City, because you have the lay of the land and you understand all real estate is local. There is never an exception for it. No one person or company can dominate the United States in real estate because all real estate is local. Now, you have the advent if you're in one of these areas or you want to expand your market and you've already exceeded capacity, then we do what we call virtual marketing. And it's real simple. You pick a market out where you believe you're going to have success. Now, here's the secret. Find markets where people are already having success, AKA other wholesalers, and just duplicate the areas where they're finding success. So all you have to do is get on their cash buyers list and reverse engineer the zip codes that they're buying in, verify that they're actually buying property, and just go crazy in these markets. Guys, if you attack locally and you expand virtually, you are unstoppable in the United States. Remember, you've got to locate and seek out motivated sellers. The next step, the easiest way to find motivated sellers is just go get government lists. These are highly motivated sellers due to their house being foreclosed on. They're on the probate list. They could be on the eviction list, the divorce list, the water shutoff list, the arrest records, the fire damage properties. Guys, these lists work well. They're not the easiest thing to get. They are free. And if you can have success with these lists and get them, you will do very well. Don't overlook it just because you think it's simple and it's common. They work well. If I'm beginning, I'm always going to these lists first. The next step is after you've formulated your list, you have your market, you just have to pick your marketing medium. Find out what you believe you're going to be most successful in it. A lot of you are going to start out cold calling, and honestly, it is the fastest way. I never said it was the easiest way. If you want to learn more on how to do that, go over to freewholesaling.com. The next popular one is going to be SMS texting. And then for those of you that are local, you do driving for dollars. You just look for ugly houses. And then you add the additional effect of what we call reverse driving for dollars. You take your tax delinquency list, you take your pre-foreclosure list, and you write on a little sticky note, got a quick question about your house, your name, virtual phone number, and you get a great response rate because you invoke curiosity from the seller. And honestly, that is the most important function when it comes to marketing. And once they reach out to you, it's going to show some sort of sign. And if they have interest in selling the house, you are golden. Guys, don't overthink this. I'm giving you my path to $1 million. The question is, are you going to do the work to get it? Now, once we've established our market or markets, we've established our marketing lists, and then we've established our marketing media. Now it's completely up to you to attack and do what we call execution. And honestly, here's where most people fail. This is not the easiest part of wholesaling. In fact, this is where you have to become very disciplined. So if you set out to make 200 cold calls a day and you're doing it for the next 30, 60, or 90 days, do it. In the end, you have to be accountable to yourself. You're never going to be accountable to me and Zach or any type of guru you pay. They don't care. They already got your money. They could care less if you win or lose. Me and Zach want you to win, but you have to go in this knowing I have to execute. This is no different than going to an intense rivalry like sporting event, a soccer match, baseball, football. You have to prepare. How do you prepare? You practice. You role play. You work hard on getting the highest motivated list. At the end of the day, you and only you have to be the person that has to execute it. I'm not even going to call it a secret. I just put the work in for 3 years and I didn't stop till I hit my target goal. I was so excited to get to $1 million. I would have done anything to do it. And honestly, I almost burnt out doing it, but I'm glad I never gave up because those first 3 years have forged me into making an incredible success of being a wholesaler. I love sharing my stories with you and my success, but I'm here to tell you, how bad do you want it? If you're just going to talk about it like 90% of the other wholesalers, me and Zach are not the people for you. But if you want to go up, roll up your sleeves and understand you're going to have tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of conversations with sellers, and you're looking for motivated sellers, and you can execute your markets, your marketing list, be confident in your marketing medium, and go all in and just be relentless. Guys, this is the secret to make $1 million in wholesaling. It's not this magic piece of software. Yes, softwares can help you, but here's the secret. I did it all without any employees. I did the whole thing by myself. And to this day, I easily, well over exceed $1 million, and I still run a tiny little staff. In fact, I'm barely even involved in it anymore. And that's the beauty, but I cut my teeth in it. In fact, the first 7 years, I used this entire method. I did it too long. I want to show you in 2 to 3 years, you can easily free yourself, run it as a real business, but you cannot skip the hard work of going out and executing your wholesale real estate game plan. Now, the last little part of my secret of how I made it work is you can't be transactional in wholesaling. What do I mean by that? You actually, once you find these motivated sellers, most gurus are going to tell you, I'm going to give you a sales training and I'm going to give you the keywords to close anyone. It's all BS. What you need to do is form relationships. If you can form a relationship, how do I do that? You have to build rapport. How do you build rapport? You have a conversation. You're going to have to start out with a basic script. We teach you the MCTP to qualify people. Go over to freewholesaling.com. Teach you in detail how to do it. But the reality is your scripts have to turn into conversations. And how do you do that? You just understand every objection a seller will tell you. There's only 5 or 6 in wholesaling altogether. We teach you it all over at freewholesaling.com. And once these relationships get forged, you establish your own credibility. People like to do business with people they like. We are in a world where AI is trying to take over. People are being robots and people are just running to the money. Actually help your seller out, solve their situation. And here's the one line I want you to use with every seller you meet with. You ready? You can be virtually on the phone or you can be in person with them belly to belly. Just say, Miss Seller, regardless of what happens today, I'm going to help you get your house sold. And that one line alone has been one of my most powerful statements I've used in all of wholesaling real estate because I really care to help people out. I'm an empath by nature. I feel people's pain and I want to help them out. It's one of the reasons why I go on the air. I throw everything out about me and Zach because I want to help you guys. And I know the frustrations and I know the crap you're being fed out. I know the stuff you're being fed about wholesaling and all these courses, and you need to get to the truth. You see, once you establish that trust and that amazing relationship, you're going to do the next strategy, which almost seems counterintuitive, but it works. It's called go for no. And my go for no only works if you build an incredible relationship. So we're going to build that relationship up, and then we're going to do go for no. What's go for no? We're going to give them a really low ball offer. Why do we do that? Because first of all, you got to get the lowest price to make wholesaling work. If you overpay for it, you're going to waste your time. And number two, you're going to get a counter from them. And when you get a counter, they're going to instinctively give you their subconscious answer of the least amount they can take to make a deal move forward. Either way, this technique allows you to get the lowest price, save the hassle of a long, complex 2-month negotiation, because that's how I used to do it. In fact, most of you are not trained to do high-level negotiations. This will save you. In fact, once you do it this way, you will never go back doing it the other way. So guys, let me reestablish. Find your market, establish it, get a motivated seller list, the government list, execute your marketing medium, whichever your preference, cold calling, SMS, door knocking, reverse driving for dollars, whatever it is, and just execute. Hold yourself accountable and don't lie to yourself. If you're going to commit to 200 cold calls a day, get it done and mark it on a calendar and make sure you do it day in and day out. Once you do that, understand when you get your appointments, you have to establish an amazing relationship. This is the difference on how me and Zach train over anybody else. I don't teach you to be a sales professional. I teach you to be an authentic, genuine, real human being that actually wants to solve people's problems. You're not going to solve everyone's problem, but you will solve a lot of people's problems. And the more problems you solve, the more money you make. And the last tip, when you go for this, when you swing the bat, when you take the Rick Ginn, the Zach Ginn approach, people are going to question you. People are going to go, what are you doing? You're crazy. Why are you working so hard? Why don't you just go get a regular job? Stop worrying about what others think. If you want their lifestyle, you can go get that anytime you want, but you want excellence in your life. And to do that, you're going to have to do the things that nobody else wants to do. If you want to be in that special percentage of people that get whatever they want in their life, you're going to have to pay a price. It's just the truth. Most of the time, people think you have to pay a guru to get that knowledge and information. Me and Zach give it 100% free for you, and we'll do it forever at freewholesaling.com. Go over there and check it out. So guys, I have given you the blueprint to easily make $1 million in wholesaling. The question is, are you going to execute? Are you going to demand excellence of yourself? If you're tired of being held back by your current employer, by the current school system, do you think a college degree is not going to get you where you are? You're probably right. If you've met me through wholesaling or however, what form, what social media, God bless you. I think this is an amazing opportunity. Here's the difference is you got to execute. You got to do the plan. Go out and get your $1 million. I've done it. I've proven it can be done. I do it every year, and there is no difference. You have the same opportunities. You have a lot of information. I want to help you out. Go over to freewholesaling.com, learn more how to get started. And as usual, guys, if you got value, if I fired you up, if I pumped you up, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so other people can find the success on how to get started in wholesaling. This is Rick Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video.